There are three ways to start the transient recorder. The first one is start from the transient recorder button on the toolbar. And the second is start from the menu, Records, Transient Records. And make sure that you select the correct device name before click the buttons or the menu. The third one is we can directly launch this from the event recorder. In the event recorder, we can see that the trigger of the transient recorder trigger button with a picture of the data columns. Then we can click this button to launch the transient recorder. So this is the Face IOC TOC operation, and we can right click mouse and drag to zoom in this portion. Under the preference, we can set the analog and the digital. We have multiple channels. We want to select or deselect some analog channels, so we can do this from this preference setting to select more phase or less phase, etc. So that's the display part, and this is automatically set in the transient recorder setting. But let's just take a quick look, see what's the setting of the transient recorder, which is under devices, transient recorder. So by default, this transient recorder will trigger by any chip, but this can be set to any protection element chip. So we can set this to be specific to be Face IOC or TOC or any other events. And also we get some other useful settings, is like the number of records, sample rate by default 32. So we will see that the difference between the sample rate of 32 and the sample rate of 8. If we want to record a much longer events, we can reduce the sample rate just to see the longer events. And also we can reduce the record of the numbers. We get the less number, we can record much longer events. Trigger mode can be override or protected mode. So override, the new events covers the previous one. Protected, it just stop recording at a certain length. Trigger position, default to 20%, and we can also set this to be other position, for example 50%. So we can select the events to be recorded, digital, inputs, and also the analog. But here we're just using the default, but this can be customized to any other parameters.